Happy holidays. There's no disclaimer on this video, but there should have been. We're going to be doing 12 gays or queer identified people of Christmas. So that's one video a day for 12 days straight. Starting with this one, which is starting right now. Hello, and welcome back to What's a Safe Word? I'm Amp.
Jessie Colter, hello.
And today we're going to talk to Jessie as part of our 12 Gays of Christmas, where we talk to queer identified people and kind of like the different lives that they live and the different upbringing they have and how the community has influenced them. So to begin, Jessie, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Ooh, that's a tall order to fill. Well, I'm Jessie Colter. I am originally from Kentucky, lived all over the country. However, I am an adult performer. Also a bit of an artist, a designer, got my fingers in a lot of pies. We'll put it that way, but I think I probably identify more as an artist.
And you would identify as gay?
Yeah. I've never even, and this is the truth, I've never even kissed a woman.
So a platinum star?
I am, and I was delivered C-section, so...
Me too!
I know! Aww. Sisters.
So how did you get started in the gay community? What was like your gateway or maybe your inspiration growing up that kind of let you know that you're queer, you're here, and you like...
Well, I think I kind of always knew. Granted, I wasn't really aware of what that was. I just knew I was different, but I really couldn't, pinpoint it. And even then, I didn't really know what gay was. But I guess I have to owe it all to my mom. My mother is definitely my biggest supporter in life. If it wasn't for her and the way that I was raised, I don't think I would be anywhere near as open of a person as I am now. And I started noticing guys in a way that I never had before. I just needed someone to counsel me a little bit on this. So who better to do that than my mother? I'm like, Mom, since I've started high school, I've started noticing guys and in a way that I don't understand. It's because you're gay. I don't have time for this right now. I got dinner started. I'll talk about it later. And that's how that happened. True story. And after dinner, it was pretty much like, I've always known.
Oh,
she's like, and it's great. She's like, if people are going to tell you you're wrong because of where I'm from and where I live, she goes, and they're wrong. You are who you are, and you are unique, and that's beautiful, and don't worry about it.
That's great.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I've always been very open, as I said earlier, so being in a community where people can like blast out in the open all of a sudden, it's perfect. Perfect for me. It changed who I was, made me more comfortable with myself in many aspects.
Do you find that there's a lot of stigma in the community for people that do our line of adult sort of work?
Yes and no. I think in today's age, especially with people around our age and younger, it's definitely more accepted and understood. Also, I think it's geographic. Like, there's certain regions of this country, too, that are a little more suppressed, like where I'm from.
Sure.
Where it's still taught and the norm is that you shouldn't do those things and things should be secret and quiet and kept behind closed doors, and that's bullshit. Mm-hmm. That's for a miserable life. You gotta be who you are.
The stigma does exist.
It does.
But you're very much unapologetic about who you are and what you do. Which is very apparent.
Of course.
I mean, have you seen how he dresses? Cats or dogs? So I know that you've done a lot of adult films.
Yeah.
I know that there's always one or two of them that always sticks out as being a really bad experience. Go through a scene that just really went bad and...
Are you sure about this? Okay.
Yeah, just bullet points if that's...
All right. We were filming an orgy scene, and I believe there was 6 or 8 of us in total. A lot of well-known performers, and a few that I've never heard before. And actually, one of those guys, which the story is about, this was his first shoot ever. However, this day was over very quickly, and let me tell you why. As the orgy is going on and everyone's penetrating each other and doing what they're doing, I'm on my back in the missionary position being penetrated, and this newer model, or brand new model, is about 3 feet away from me, and I can see the look on his face that he is in pain and uncomfortable. He is bottoming, and he told all of us before that he's never bottomed before. Also, a bit of information that's important is he refused to let anybody help him clean out. And I always, out of nowhere, he screams, "Pull it out!" And that model pulls it out, and when they do, the floodgates open, and it is a waterfall of rapids all over the floor, slowly creeping towards me. The director screams out, "Don't stop, fucking keep going!" The camera comes over to my face. I have to turn away from the camera, because I'm like, sure. As the floods are coming towards me, That was one of my really bad experiences. Yeah.
One of my worst experiences in a scene was also kind of cleaning out related. It was my first actual scene. And I know how to clean out, but I'd never cleaned out for a 7-hour shoot because it was one of those days. And so near the end of the day, I had a little bit of like water back up.
Yeah.
Which happens, but it was like a little bit of droplets, and the director's like, oh, cut. There's a droplet or two on the completely white sheets because they always choose the most pristine. So I go and I spot check, as we call it, and I've got my water bottle, I'm in the bathroom, and I just hear this screech from the director, like screaming, and apparently right underneath where we were fucking, there was a black widow in the sheets. Right underneath where my head had been.
Oh God.
So if I hadn't had like that little mishap that, you know, with a long day.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly. Moral of the story, clean out properly or you'll get attacked by black widows.
Yeah.
What would be your like one piece of advice for a newbie coming into the community?
That's pretty easy. Be a professional. Okay. I mean, be a professional. There is a very large misconception that what we do as adult performers is just kind of stupid and silly. You have to draw a line in the sand and realize reality and fantasy. The hundreds of shoots I have done, there are only 2 that stick out that I enjoyed. 2! Because when you do it so much and you're there to work, that's what the focus is. Does it help? Yes. Because it will translate on film that there's some chemistry there. But that only happens, I'd say, at least for me, maybe 5% of the time. Oh.
What would you say is kind of the one thing in the LGBT community that you wish was different?
I guess total inclusion.
Popcorn asks, how old were you when you first discovered the world of kink?
The world of kink. I guess I was really young, but I didn't know it was kink.
Okay.
You know, I don't think anyone knows in the beginning. They're just, oh wow, that felt good. I was 9 years old when I did anything kink for the first time. I was using my mom's makeup brushes and sticking them down my urethra. And I loved it.
No!
I loved it. It felt so good, and I don't know why. So I just kept doing it. And then I hit puberty, and I was doing it one day, and I came. That was the first time I ever came, was when I was sounding.
This is not rapid fire, and you're giving too many details. Pup question mark asked, if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing before your first scene, what would it be and why?
Cut your fucking hair.
Oh.
You know, that looks so ridiculous.
Are there pictures?
Oh, there's video. There's video.
Okay.
Check that out. I won't tell you which one it is.
Damn it. Pup Vidra asks, has it become work?
Yes and no.
Do you have any unfulfilled fantasies?
No.
Oh.
They've all been handled.
And then the final question for today, what is your safe word?
What's a safe word? I don't have one. I don't need one.
You are the second person to say that.
I don't really need one.
So if people want to follow what you're doing, Jesse, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Twitter. That's the only social media that I use for my adult industry career, and that would be Jessie Colter XXX.
And if people want to buy your underwear, no.
You can contact me on Twitter.
So go ahead and leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video, want to see more of Jess in the future. Leave a comment if you want to join the conversation, and we'll see you guys next time.
So much fun. Later, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, sure. Hope that was good.
No, that was great. You have
I get a little
stories.
spazzy sometimes.
No, you're good.
When I get interviewed a lot too, it's easy for me to get off topic. But that's
but
just
the tangents are fun.
ADD.
Sure.
Like, I hate when people are like, I have ADD. I'm like, I really have ADD.